One Republican lawmaker from my home state calling out President Trump by name for his stunning comments backtracking on the Charlottesville attacks. It is Congressman Leonard. Lance, thank you so much for joining me. First, what prompted you to do this? You called the president out by name on Twitter, and a lot of other Republican colleagues of yours didn't.
I think the president was wrong yesterday. There was one side and one side only, and we have to condemn anti-Semitism, racism, white supremacy, the Ku Klux Klan, and I do so.
What do you think will come from here? We know that John Kasich already this morning saying this is a moment for Republicans. Steve Schmidt said this is a seminal moment. Republicans need to take action. Do you agree?
That's why I spoke as I did yesterday, and I think it's very important that others do as well. Stephanie, we have a very important work in Washington when we return in September, funding the by October 1st, the debt ceiling issue, the situation in North Korea, and we have to make sure that we concentrate on these important issues that confront the American people.
Are you going to get there? Right now, it seems, and I'm not being an alarmist, but on some level the GOP is under siege. President Trump continuing to attack even John McCain yesterday, saying John McCain, who voted down the health care bill, I mean, that was a health care bill that had no aid for people recovering from the opioid crisis. And then a week later, the president giving federal funding to the opioid crisis. So what gives you confidence that when everyone's back in session, things are going to get done? Because there is a lot of work to do.
I did not vote for the health care bill. I was one of 20 Republicans in the House who did not vote for it. I think we have to work together, and I want to work with the administration and with the White House on these important issues. But certainly we should condemn the actions that occurred in Charlottesville, the horrible murder of the young woman, and that is simply unacceptable in our society. It has no place in America, and it has no place in the Republican Party.
Well, the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, says that the federal authorities are in no rush to file charges in the Charlottesville car attack. Do you agree?
I think that should be investigated as quickly as possible, and charges should be filed as quickly as possible.
Are you worried? A lot of people don't speak against the president. The wrath of DT is pretty nasty. You can face it.
I want to work with the White House and with this president where I think he's right. And for example, I do think we need an infrastructure bill, and I certainly think we need tax reform. And in September, we have to fund the government, and we have to recognize that there's a debt ceiling issue.
People from the state of New Jersey, they stand up for what they believe in. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it this morning.